Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with executive producer and she-devil number 4, Veronica Frights. Veronica, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Jerry. How are you doing?
I am doing very well, and how did you get started with She-Devils A Go-Go?
Joe Ostrika used to come into a bar where I was barmaid, and I can't remember. We started. He would do showings at the bar that I worked at, and then somehow it came up that he was helping with a movie, and he said he needed a house. I said, "Well, I got a house." So he came over and looked at my house and thought it would be perfect. I had just bought the house, didn't do any work on it yet, and I added some mess to it. So he liked it, and we decided to use it. So that's, I guess, how we got started.
How did you go from being an executive producer to having an on-screen role?
Uh, Joe begged me.
Sorry.
I did not want to do it. Actually, I was not an executive producer. I was just helping out. And I helped them get a few other locations, and helped with props and that kind of thing. Um, so I was surprised to see I was assistant producer actually, um, when I first watched the movie. And when I was looking through the credits and I thought, well, they better say special thanks to, and it turned out they named me assistant producer. So I was really tickled about that. But as far as being a she-devil, Joe made me do it. I tried to say no, but he wasn't hearing it.
Do you have any funny stories from the set since it was your house that was being used?
Oh, funny story. Oh, I'm still finding blood splatter to this day. And it was filmed a few years ago. And I still am finding blood splatter that I missed. Um, what else? Uh, yeah, there was some interesting times. Uh, they seemed to have some trouble trying to get everybody together, all the actors, because everybody had their things going. And so one of the locations that we really wanted was the Diamond Club in Cleveland, Ohio. And I used to work there many years ago, and I we had that lined up for the go-go bar scene. Um, but Joe came to me with a 2-day notice to shoot there. And it's a very big it's a big club. It's a very popular club. So um, I just didn't have, we had to shoot during their off hours, of course, because it's a gentleman's club. You can't have cameras in there while they're open. Uh, so I had that location, but with the 2-day notice, the Diamond Club was more than happy to do it, but just couldn't do it on short notice. So uh, the next day, with a 1-day notice, I went to Luchita's Mexican restaurant in Parma, which is just changed to a different. They just sold it, but I went to Adrian Bardot. He's named in the credits, and he was my former boss. So with a 1-day notice, he let us shoot, and it looked like two different bars, which was the ideal. So, um, yeah,
Um,
that was a little interesting.
Men.
Oh, and it's my underwear and my bra that they're playing with in those scenes.
So, were you happy to see that since you said you were kind of pushed into doing it, were you happy to see you had kind of a minor part in it as opposed to not as small as some of the others, but smaller than what, like, say, Tara and Gina had?
Um, Honestly, I would have rather had been myself had been cut completely. Honestly, seeing myself No, it's not fun watching myself on film. Um, but I had such a good time filming it. It was so much fun. I have no regrets, but yeah, I really fought against being one of the she devils herself. Uh, but yeah, Joe made me do it.
Now, you know you're in the special features, right?
Yes, yes, and yeah, yeah. That wasn't thrilling for me to see.
Now, you keep mentioning Joe. Darren was the director. How did you get to meet Darren, or was that through Joe as well?
Well, I met Darren only when we started. I believe it was the first time we started filming at my house is when I met Darren. So I didn't know Darren until we started shooting, and now we're I consider Darren a good friend, and we've had a lot of fun at the conventions promoting the film. So
I'm I'm glad to hear that, and I can attest that it seemed like y'all were having a good time, other than people harassing certain she devils and certain celebrities harassing certain she devils, who may or may not have wound up in an ice bucket.
I don't think, oh, I think it might have been the she devils harassing the celebrity.
That's true.
Poor guy. I hope he got out of that ice bucket.
I do too.
Yeah. Tara finally let him out, I think.
I think so. Uh, Now, are you wanting to do more behind the stuff work on more films, or are you content just being the kind of, even though Tara is the main she devil, you were kind of the face of the convention.
Oh, I didn't really realize I was the face of the convention. All of us were there. I think it's just you might have focused a little more on my face. But no, I really really enjoyed the conventions, but I loved making the movie, and I like being behind the scenes rather than on screen. But Darren has uh, well, several of us have a new idea for a movie, and I can't wait to get started on it. And I'm really looking forward to being a part of that. But I was disappointed because I didn't get to kill anybody. So in She Devils, so I'm a little miffed. I told Darren next time I help, I get to kill someone. So I guess I'll make one more screen appearance just to kill somebody.
Is this project you were talking about with Darren? Is that the same one Tara was probably talking about?
Probably. Yeah, because Tara is one of the masterminds behind it. And actually, it was born of the last convention that we were at. So, um,
Wasteland?
I'm sorry. Yes, Wasteland. Yeah, yeah. There were just several people involved, and I think that a lot of us do not want to use our real names or even our stage names. So we may all come up with new stage names. But it's definitely something I really want to get behind. So in that one, I do want to be executive producer,
Uh,
and I think you'll enjoy this one even more. It will be highly offensive.
all right, right up my alley.
Well, I'm in real estate right now. Um, I own a couple properties, um, but I sell Avon. Uh, that's why I look so good. Um, and yeah, that's about it. I'm looking for work. I do some odd bartending jobs here and there. Um, so I may be getting involved with Tara with her Cleveland Burlesque show. Her last show was really a good time, just a great show, a real good time. So I might get involved in that a little bit.
Is there anything you would like to talk about or promote while I have you on here?
I'd like to promote Trauma Productions, Ellie Church. I believe you're friends with Ellie Church. Um, I have not gotten a chance to see her films, but I'm gonna, as soon as I get another bartending gig, I'm gonna go online. I'm gonna buy every copy that I can afford. Also, Terra Incognita's Cleveland Burlesque show. Um, she'll be putting on more shows. It's terrific. It's a good time. Of course, women taking off their clothes is always a good time. Uh, what else? I'm not sure what else I can promote.
Well,
Uh,
it's been out a while, but She Devils a Go Go comes highly recommended.
yes, it does. And I highly recommend that everyone go out there and buy yourself a copy. And you can get that at www.shedevils.film.com. Correct? I think you know it, right, Jerry?
Yeah, I know it. I can put it up.
Yeah, make sure you put it up.
Yeah.
But I think everybody should own a copy of She Devils a Go Go. And
Eh,
buy a second copy to give as a gift.
Or
They're great stocking stuffers and birthday presents. What's coming up soon? Um,
uh,
4th of
oh,
July. It it's always a good time for She Devils a Go Go.
it is, and there is lots of blood and lots of nudity, and
Lots of blood, nudity, cheesy pickup lines.
yeah, yeah,
It's like a how-to. It's a how-to movie for douchebags.
exactly. Although when Nerdy Douche got slapped, I actually, when I rewatched it for like the third or fourth time, when I did a re-review, I actually cringed when he got smacked and his ears fell off. Because that's
One of the
hurt.
That scene was a lot of fun. There were like, I don't know, 10, 15 girls lined up to slap him. Good times. Good times.
All right. Well, is there any last words you would have before I stop the interview?
Buy the movie. Buy the movie and get ready for the next one.
All right. We appreciate you for your time and thank you for everything.